Okay, students, today let us learn questions like solve the following pairs of equation graphically. So solve the following pairs of equation graphically. That means we are going to draw graph for such equation. So before we draw this graph, let us know some types of graph. Okay, see, there are three types of graph. So the given pairs of linear equation has unique solution. So when the graph has unique solution, for unique solution, the graph will be in this way. So this side is x, both side is x, downside and upside is y. So left side put one mark and downside we put one mark. It shows that these are for negative values. So first type of graph, we need to learn what is unique solution. So for unique solution, the graph will be, for example, there's one line. Then when we draw another line, let's say that, let me draw like this. So these two lines, let us name, this is A, this is B, then C, then D. So AB line and this CD line, so they intersect at one point, in this point. So such type of graph, we call it unique solution. So if two lines, if they intersect at one point, so such type of graph, we call it unique solution. Kaligoma line ani se yekpo matamda mafam amada mukoina intersect toraba thengnaraba adu oiba taragadi siguma makhalgi graph se khoina unique solution graph haina kawe. Adiki akoina atopa graph ama le simani singo. So remember such type of graph, if the two lines intersect, we should say that the given pairs of linear equation has unique solution. Okay, then next type of graph is, see, the given pairs of linear equation have infinitely many solutions. So when two graphs have infinitely many solutions, so such type of graph, how should we draw is that, see, let's say that we draw one line. Okay, so this, let's say that this is A, B. So this is AB. This is AB line. So when we take the values of another equation and when we draw the line, and if we get the exact values as compared to the first line, then the another line also we will be drawing just above this line. So let's say that we are drawing another line just above this line. Then let's say that the another line is C and D. So AB line and CD line, if they coincide each other, so if they lie one above another exactly, such type of graph, we call it infinitely many solution. So here the two lines are same. So here we draw the first line is AB. So when we draw the second line CD, so CD also it lies just above the first line. So in such type of condition, we call it, such type of linear equation, we call it infinitely many solution. So the last type of graph is that the given pairs of linear equation has no solution. Then when do they have no solution? This no solution. So this one, let's say that there is one line, this graph. So this is the line of another equation. Then when we draw a line of another equation, the other equation, okay, then let's say that I get like this. Okay, now Let us name this one. Let us say that this is A, this is B, this is C, then this is D. Okay, so we can clearly know that AB line and CD line, they are parallel to one another. So it means that AB is parallel to CD. So such type of graph, we call it no solution. That means they will never intersect, they will never touch each other, they will never intersect each other. Such type of graph, we call it no solution. So karigumba line anise parallel oiba taraba, parallel oiba taragadi madugi graph to akoina the pair of the given pairs of linear equation has no solution haiganiba. So when do we say no solution? We should say no solution only when the two lines are parallel to one another. So let me repeat the previous one. Then when should we say that the pairs of linear equation have infinitely many solutions? So we should say the pairs of linear equation have infinitely many solutions only when the two lines are coincide one another. So AB line is there previously when we draw one line AB, then when we draw another line, if that line is exactly just above the AB line, that is CD. Here AB also, this is the same line, CD also, this is the same line. So when two lines coincide one another, only at that time we are going to say that infinitely many solutions. Then the first type of graph, then when should we say unique solution? So we should say unique solution only when these two lines, if they intersect at one point, this point. So only at that time we should say unique solution. The given pairs of linear equation has unique solution. Okay, now let us take example. So before we draw the graph, let us learn how to find out tabulation for equations. So here let us take some example. So here you can see this equation x minus 3y plus 6. So you look at the variable properly. So before we write down the tabulation, now in the first type of in this first type of equation, look here, the variable y has 3. So here look the value of x. So for x it is not lying with any number. Here x is alone, here y is together with 3. So such type of equation, you are going to find the tabulation. Let me look here. Here x minus 3y plus 6. So here, since y is together with 3 and x is alone, this variable which is alone, you keep it alone and the remaining you transfer. So how will you find the tabulation for this x? Then since x is not together with any number, so we keep x alone, then remaining you transfer all to this side. Okay, now let us transfer minus 3y. If we transfer to the next side, the minus, it will turn into plus. So 3y plus 6, it will be now minus 6. So likewise we can make a table for this. This is x, y. So here now let us take only one value. Let us see this y value, we can put any value. Now 3, let us just put 2. Then instead of y we put 2. So 3 2 are 6. That means 6 minus 6 is 0. So it means that instead of y we put 2. So instead of y we write 2. Then at last answer, what did we get? 0. So x is 0. So in this way we can find out the tabulation. But look for this value. In the above equation, x is alone. That is why we keep the x alone here. Then we find the tabulation. So now x is together with one value, that is 2. Now y is alone. So in such type of equation, since y is alone, you keep y alone. Then see, for this equation we can write like this: 2x minus y equal to 2. This one, how can you give? I told you that if y is alone, then keep it alone. If x is alone, keep x alone. So now here y is alone, so we need to keep y alone. Now twice x minus y. If we transfer to this side, it will be plus y. Now 2, you transfer this side, because we need to keep y alone here, we cannot keep together with any other number, so plus 2 when it transfer, it is minus 2. So from here y equal to, now this one, y equal to twice x minus 2. From here we can find the table. For example, like instead of x, we can write 1 to 1 is 2, then 2 minus 2 is 0. So when we if we are going to write the table, this is x, y, this x we put 1, x instead of x we put 1, then at last what did we get 0, y value we get 0, so we need to write 0 here. Okay, so this is the second type of equation. Next is the third type. 2x plus 3y equal to 5. Now y is not alone, it lies together with 3. Here x is also not alone, staying together with 2. So such type of equation, how to do? See, in such type of equation, now you look the variable property. Here y is together with 3, which is an odd number, and x is together with one number, that is 2 is even number. So in such type of equation, let me write down the equation here. Twice x plus 3y equal to 5. Okay, in such type of equation, you give the variable which is with the even number, so it makes easy. So which is, and you keep the variable x which is with even number, and then remaining you transfer. Okay, in such type of equation, now this x is the only variable staying together with even number, so this one we keep alone. Then the remaining we will transfer. Plus 3 when we transfer, it will be minus 3y, plus 3y when we transfer to this side, plus will turn into minus, that means minus 3y. And then here 2x, so multiply when transfer, it will turn into divide, so 2 will goes down, then 5 minus 3y. So from here you can find the table. So that is how we are going to find the tabulation value before we draw the graph. Okay, let me repeat. In solve graphically questions, you look before we draw the graph, before we find out the value, you look properly, you analyze properly the question, whether whether any of the variable involved is staying alone or not. Here 3 is here y is staying together with 3, but here x is alone. It means that we should give x alone, then the remaining value you transfer to the next side. Okay, and in the second type of equation, here y is alone, that means keep y alone, then the 2x and 2 transfer to the next side, then keep y alone, then you can solve the value. Then look here, this one here, x is also not alone, y is also not alone. In such type of question, you select a variable where it is staying together with even number, so that when we calculate it becomes easy. So here x is staying together with 2, which is an even number, so remaining value you transfer to the next side, then we can find the table. So karigumba nakoina sigumba graph ki question ama thengna taragadi question sing ase fajana yengo hana question se hana yenga matungda makhoi sigum variable se matomda leiba yaubra yengo se y se 3 ga lemine sidana x se matomda lei adun takudi matomda leiba pot se dum matomda lehalo aduga remaining singsina transfer toroba minus 3y so transfer toro, plus 6 so transfer toro some side ta aduga noi hot pa yagani. Second type ta su 2xy mathakta na x se matomda lei, makhada na hojik y se matomda lei, aduna y se matom thammo remaining value na transfer toro aduga tabulation sem ba yagani. Aduga kaligumba y su number amaga leiraba x su number amaga leiraba adu kandadi ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯅ event number ꯌꯥꯎꯕ ꯑꯃ ꯊꯤꯔꯣ ꯑꯗꯨꯒ event number ꯌꯥꯎꯕ ꯑꯃ ꯊꯤꯔꯒ event number ꯌꯥꯎꯕ ꯄꯣꯠꯇꯣ ꯁꯤ ꯃꯇꯣꯝꯗ ꯊꯝꯃꯣ ꯑꯗꯨꯒ 3y ꯁꯦ transfer ꯇꯧꯔꯣ ꯑꯗꯨꯒ ꯅꯈꯣꯏꯅ ꯍꯣꯠꯄ ꯌꯥꯒꯅꯤ. Okay, then let us take one example. Okay, now I take one example that is solve graphically. Twice x minus y equal to 2. Then second equation is thrice x plus twice y equal to 17. So I already told you that before we start, we need to look to the question very properly. Then the first equation, twice x minus y equal to 2. Here x is staying together with a number that is 2. Here y is alone, so it means that y we need to keep alone, then remaining we need to transfer, then we can solve the equation. So what about this one? Thrice x plus twice y equal to 17. So here y is not alone, then x is also not alone, but x is staying together with one number which is a odd number. But what about for y? Y is staying together with one number that is 2, which is a even number. So we need to keep this even number alone, then remaining we need to transfer. So let us start finding out the tabulation. Okay, so first let us find out the tabulation for this equation, that is twice x minus y equal to 2. This one here I already told you that y is alone, so that's why we need to keep y alone, we should not keep together with others. So twice x, this minus 1 minus y, we transfer this side to keep it alone. So minus y, when it transfer it turns into plus y. So 2, since it cannot keep together with y, we need to keep y alone. This y we need to transfer to this side, so plus 2, when transferred it turns into minus 2. So we can find the tabulation value from here. So we can rewrite again properly this one, y equal to twice x minus 2. So from here we can find the tabulation. Now let us, here downside, let us write the tabulation value. So table 1. So this table 1, so x, y. Okay, now let us start. As far as possible, try to get an answer which is below 10, the answer, because when we supply the graph, getting a value less than 10 will be very nice to solve. So now this twice x, instead of x, now let me write 1. Okay, then minus 2, then 2 into 1 is 2, here minus 2, 2 minus 2 is 0. Then how to insert in the tabulation? So here instead of x I write 1, so I write 1 here. Now we insert the value of x as 1, then at last we get the answer as 0. That means y value is 0. So we are going to write the y value as 0. So it is very easy to write the tabulation. If you confuse how to find tabulation, you look properly, we will be doing again. We need to find only 3 values. We should not find more than 3 values. Okay, but the thing is we should always use this same equation, this one, y equal to twice x minus 2, until and unless we find all the values for this table. Okay, now let us write down again y equal to twice x minus 2. So we already used the value 1, so we should not use this one again. Okay, now instead of 1 let me put 2. Okay, then 2 are 4, then minus 2. You know that 4 minus 2 is So the answer is how to fill up in the tabulation. So here we instead of x, this x we replace with 2. So x is replaced with 2, that is why we should write x as 2. Then at last, what did you get the answer? At last we get the answer as 2. That means this 2 is the value of y. So y, the value is 2. So we are left with only one value, that is I told you that we need to use the same equation until and unless we finish this solution. Now y equal to twice x minus 2. Okay, I already used the value of 1 and 2. I cannot repeat them, so let me take the value as 3. Okay, instead of x, let me write 3. Then 2 3 are 6 minus 2. That means 6 minus 2 is 4. So we are already aware how to write how to fill up the tabulation. Instead of x, we write 3. So this is x value. Instead of x, we should write 3. Then at last, what did we get? We get the answer as 4. That means 4 is the value of y. So y is 4. So we write 4 here. So we have completed finding out tabulation value for this first equation, twice x minus y equal to 2. So now let us find out the value for tabulation value for this thrice x plus 2y equal to 7. Okay, see, uh, this second equation, thrice x plus 2y equal to 17. Here y is together with even number, that is why we should keep this one alone. So how to find the value for this? Okay, let us rewrite the equation here. Then see, since 2y since y is together with 2, which is an even number, so we should keep 2y alone. So remaining we need to transfer. You know that plus 3x, if we transfer, it will be minus 3x. So 17 is this side, plus 3x, if we transfer, it will turn into minus 3 minus thrice x. So we are going to use this equation to find out the table. So let me write the table 2 here. Table 2, this one is x value, y value. Upside should be always x value, then downside y value. So we are going to use this equation until and unless we finish finding out the tabulation for this. So twice x twice y equal to 17 minus 3y. Then this 2, let us transfer, multiply. When we transfer, it will turn into divide. So 17 twice x by 2. So we will be using this equation always. So let us find out our first value. Our first value is y equal to 17 minus twice x by 2. We will always use this one. Now the condition is that when you take a value for this x, then after we minus from 17, we should get a even number, because 2 is even number. So if we get a odd number, 2 cannot divide it. So you select a number where after you minus from 17, you still get a even number. Okay, let us see. Now you can even take the value of 0 also, but if you use 0 3 if you use the value of x as 0, that means 30 is 0. 17 minus 0 is 17. So 17, this 17 cannot be divided by 2, so we cannot use 0. Then what about 1? 1 is 3. Then 17 minus 3, then it is 14. Okay, then we can use that one. 14 is a even number. Okay, now 17 minus 3, instead of x, let me write 1. So 2. So 17 1 is 3. Then downside is still 2. You know that 17 minus 3 is 14. Okay, then downside 2. Then it is clearly know that 14, if it is divided by 2, we get 7, because 2 7 are 40. So x below, what did we write? Instead of x, we write 1. So instead of x, we are going to write 1. So at last we get the answer as 7. So this 7 is the value of y. So y value is 7. So we are left with 2. Then we are going to use the same equation, this one, y equal to 17 minus twice x by 2. Okay, I told you that take a number so that when you minus from 17, you still get a even number, so that you can divide by 2. Then I already take 0 0, we cannot take 1, I already used this one, we cannot repeat. So if I use 2, so can we use 2? Think properly. Instead of x, if I write 2, that means 3 2 are 6. 17 minus 6 is 11. So 11 is a odd number, it cannot be divided by 2, so we cannot use 2. So next, then let us use 3. Okay, 3, I think we can use this one. Instead of x, let me take 3. Okay, then 3 3 are 9. Okay, and downside is 2. That means 17 minus 9, 17 minus 9 is 8. Okay, we can take this one because 8 is an even number. Then 2 4 are 8. 2 4 are 8. So we get the answer as 4. How did we get the answer as 4? When we take the value of x as 3. So now we take the value of x as 3. Then at last we get the answer as 4. This 4 is the value of y. That is why y is 4. Now we are left with only one value. Then we are going to use the same equation still. Y equal to 17 minus twice x by 2. Then 17 minus 3. Then now what number we should take for this x, so that we, after we minus from 17, we still get even number. Okay, now look, 3 we already take. What about 4? If we take 4, 3 4 are 12. That means 17 minus 12, it is 5. 5 is a odd number. Odd number cannot be divided by 2, so we cannot take that one. So then what about 5? Okay, let us take 5. The answer is 2. Then 17, 3 5 are 15. Okay, 17 minus 15, it is 2. So the answer is 2. You know that 2, if 2 is divided by 2, we get 1. Okay, now we can use this one. So how did we get the value of 1? We get the value of 1 when we use x value as 5. So we use x value as 5. So then we get the value, we get the answer as 1. So this 1 is the value of y. So y value is 1. Now we have find out all the tabulation. Now we get the complete tabulation. So we can write down properly. So this is a graph. Okay, now let us draw the graph. This is a graph, a ready-made graph. I already mark it, but on the back side you'll see these two lines. If you want to copy properly the tabulation, we can copy. Equations are solution. Equation is, you need to write all the tabulation and equation on the back side, these two lines. This calculation in the exam paper which we supply, you can do the you do the calculation here, then you write down all those calculation. Only the table and the equation here. This rough calculation, all this calculation you do in your exam paper. Okay, now this is the two line. So here let me copy the equations, that is twice x minus y equal to 2, thrice x plus 2y equal to 17. Sigira calculation toriba mayam je sidi noina exam paper da tawba exam answer paper da taw aduga loire hara ganda sigi maningi two lines da nang phajana amu sinto amaba. All this rough calculation you do on the answer paper which we supply, then in the graph paper you write it down neat and clean. So table 1, table 1, table 1. Okay, let us write down x, y. Okay, here table 1 value. Okay, table 1 value is already here. Well, let me just copy the table 1 value. That is 1, 2, and 3, 0, 2, and 4. Then table 2 value, this table 2 value, let me copy properly. X, y. Table 2 value is 1, 3, 5, 7, 4, 1. Okay, now we can draw the graph. Okay, in graph, as you know, the right side value and the left side value, these are the values of x, and then the vertical line, that is y value, and downside also it is y value. The thing is, for x which lies on the left side, we need to put one mark because these are the areas of negative values, and this y which is in the downside, we need to put one mark here. This indicates that these are the values of negative. Okay, so this are the value of x. Now I mark it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So these are all positive. You know, the left side are negative value, that's why we write minus. Okay, then downside it's a negative value, that is why we write minus, minus, minus. So how will you draw graph? So we are going to supply one graph paper like this. You take a middle area. Okay, then you draw these 4 lines. So after that you look to the tabulation value, then you can mark it. So let us mark the point which is given here. So the values are here. First value is x is 1, x value is 1, and y value is 0. So how will we mark this one? See, when x is 1, so this is plus value, that is why we are going to indicate in this area, not this side. This area is also x value, but these are for negative value, so we don't have any negative value here, so plus 1. So we are going to indicate here. So 1 x, this is x value, so we are going to indicate the value of x. The x value is 1, so here x value is 1. When x value is 1, then y value is 0. So when x value is y and y value is 0, y value is 0 means it is not moving, so it is here. So here is the value of x is 1 and y is 0. So you mark like this. Then the second value is x is also 2, y is also 2. Then x is 2, 2 is here. Then y is also 2, y is 2. Upside is y value, so 1, 2, 2 is here. So 1, 2. Okay. Now what is this value? This value is 2, 2. So this is x value. When x is 2, y is also 2. Then what is the last value? When x is 3, y is 4. When x is 3, 3 is here. Then y is 4. When x is 3, y is 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. See, 4. So what is the value when x is 3, y is 4? Now with scale, let us join this line. You need a very good pencil. Here I'm doing with pen. Okay, now I join all the three values. Then you can put arrow. Okay, so first evaluation is finished. Then second one, when x is 1, y is 7. When x is 1, one value is one value is here. When x is 1, y value is 7. 7 value is here. 7 value. So 7 value is here. Okay, so this is the value of 1, 7. So this shows that when x is 1, y is 7. So when x is 1, y is 7. 7 means 7 line. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 7. Okay, the second value is 3 and 4. When x is 3, y is 4. When x is 3, 1, 2, 3, 3. When x is 3, y is 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So same. When x is 3, y is 4. Okay. We don't have to mark. It is already marking here. Now our last value, that is when x is 5, y is 1. Okay, when x is 5. So x is 5. 5 is here. Then y value is 1. So 1 is here. 1. So when x is 5, y value is 1. Now we get 3 points. Okay, so this 3 point, let us join again. Okay, so now we put arrow. Now you can name it. Let us write AB. A, this is B, C, D. So these two graphs, they intersect at one point. I told you that if two lines, if they intersect at one point, so the pairs of linear equation has unique solution. Let me show that one again. Before we start the solution, I told you that if two lines, if they intersect at one point, so how should we say? The given pairs of linear equation has unique solution. So we should indicate this one. So we need to write that one. So how should we write? Therefore, the given pairs of linear equation has unique solution. So if they intersect, we should say it's a unique solution. So where do they intersect? They intersect at x is 3, y is 4. So that is x is 3, then y is 4. Okay, now there is one very important things. So this one, scale, we should always write scale here. Scale. So scale, how will you write? 10 small 10 small square equal to 1 unit. This is SQ, short form of square. So scale, you should always write this one. If you forget to write this one, we can cut mark. So 10 small square equal to 1 unit. Why do we say 10 small square? So in this box, there are many small boxes. You count it, these are 10 boxes. You will find 10 boxes when you count this one. So don't forget to write this scale on the top of the graph. Scale 10 small square equal to 1 unit. Okay, so this is the graph. So they intersect at one point. That means this is unique solution. X is 3, y is 4. Okay, I want you to remind something. So before you solve any graph question, remember that if they intersect at one point, that is a unique solution, and if the two lines are lying just above one another, that is coincidence line. At that time you are going to say infinitely many solutions. And then if the two lines are parallel, they never intersect, they don't touch, or if they are parallel, we should say no solution. Okay, then after that you you look whether the equations are which variable is staying alone. Here x is staying alone, here y is staying alone, and now both of them have number, that is y is 3, x is 2. So such type of condition, you give the even number together, even number alone, then remaining you transfer. So in this way you solve that one. Then when you solve, see all the rough calculation you can do on the answer paper which we supply. Then after you complete all those making tables, finding out values, so you write down neat and clean in the graph paper which we supply on the back side in the two lines area. Right, copy the equation, then copy the table, both the table, and then at last after you uh, draw the graph, then what type of graph you find it out. You know that this is for unique solution because they intersect at one point. So that solution, that conclusion, you write down here. The given pairs of linear equation has unique solution. So at what point they have unique solution? When x is 3, y is 4. That's all for drawing graph. So let me give you assignment at the end of this video, so you practice that one, then you try to get full mark. All the graph questions are 3 mark. Every year graph question is coming, so be careful in this one. Graph question is 3 mark. Okay, thank you students for watching this video. You practice again and again, and if you have any doubt, you comment it, and also you can send the solution or any doubt in the WhatsApp number which I give in this video. Okay, thank you all. See you in next video.